the King of Muwah's grace on a new today, with hearts held wide from Uchi diverse embrace, united by the past, descendants linked across the land, our path we trace in this sacred space. Purpose ignites as dreams take flight. Blessings from ancestors guiding us. From this moment we pledge for peace and justice. O Creator, bless our land for the darkest royal reign. We sign in Muwah's love, we abide and swear forever. Ababa pingin matsop, pingine ambie.
Communities not being in harmony, wars among the same people everywhere. We don't know why that happens, but well, in my personal view, I think based on what I wrote in my book, because it's things that I've grown up and I've seen them. I've seen my grandfather, that's my great-grandfather. See, the people of yesterday, they used to live for a very long time. See, he lived from 1798 till 1911. So I think they had a different method of doing things. This is my grandfather. I met him. I was 5 years when he passed away. This one. He lived for 105 years. He had, no, this one had 18 wives. That's my mistake. This one had 12 wives with 84 children. Among the 84 children, so let me start from here. So I was 5 years when he passed away. So communities fight each other all the time. Places are burnt, people are killed. This extends to, nations even, etc., etc. That's my father, who did not live as long as they before I was enthroned in 2019. So he had 5 wives with 40 children, which I'm one of them. That is my wife, the Queen. She is in the United States, with all of the study in the United States. So apparently, it looks like the legacy is changing, etc., etc. So, having grown up in a community where there's conflict and discord everywhere, I realized that the key reason why these conflicts happen is people refusing to talk to each other. Because most of the time, the key reason of fighting is misunderstanding. People being unwilling to listen to each other. For me to understand you, I must, actually immerse myself in what your pains are, so I can clearly understand what your issues are. Without that, I will be in my own page. While you are on your own page, I will make assumptions, you make assumptions, and this call will continue. It's just been like that in Africa. We've suffered a lot from that. So even in Cameroon, where I come from, currently I have to speak since 2016. If anybody knows about Cameroon yet, Professor Joe comes from Cameroon as well.
Which area in Cameroon?
I come from the northwest region. Are you from Cameroon?
No.
Okay.
But
All right. I come from the northwest region, so you will know that the Anglophones and the Francophone crisis
Yes.
And I come from the Anglophone side where the war has been going on thoroughly. I have personally lost at least 6 people, like relatives and children, in that war. And the main reason for that war is exactly the fact that people don't want to talk to each other. There's no other reason for that war. That's just why they are fighting. People don't want to dialogue. So this book is just to encourage people to rather dialogue. And the 12 chapters of the book, I wrote it as, like a film, because I was set up like in a palace setting where I come from, in my father's palace, or in my palace now, because my father is no longer there. There are various halls, and these halls represent different things. So there's a hall for justice, there's a hall for women affairs only, there's a hall for the men, the princes only, there's the traditional council where it's the people of that village, who first came to that village, who constitute the core of that place. So the book now takes a turn where each day, because it's 12 chapters, each day tries to address one of the problems. So it kind of attempts to say, today we sit in this hall, and that is this specific thing we diagnose, and this is the solution. And as a community, we agree. And then we say next day we're going to be in the next hall. And,
Hi.
how are you?
Yeah.
Welcome. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. 12 days. So those chapters were written in 12 different days with the community, participating and diagnosing each issue and bringing the solution and citing it. So, yeah. So welcome. So based on that, if you listen to this anthem, you hear from this moment we pledge for peace and justice. Taka is me. That's my grandfather. You can see him. The founder of that village. So basically, you see, based on all the things I've been telling you, it ends up with an anthem that actually still describes the same thing. So we are rather saying that we want to advocate for the end of conflicts and discord around Africa and anywhere in the world. So we want to promote the book so that people could know that there's no need for all the wars that we're fighting. People must talk to each other. Yes.
And this is your book, yeah?
Yes.
This is your book?
Yes. For now, the book is on Amazon. Paper copies will be there tomorrow as well. For now, we have Kindle. People who are able to use Kindle could buy. It's quite cheap. It's $5 only. So almost anybody can buy it.
So you've seen the author of the book? Yeah.
How are you, sir?
I think I'm okay.
Welcome.
Everyone introduced themselves except you. I said, except you guys that just came in. Okay.
Who is everyone?
That's good. Everyone that just came in.
Nice to meet you. I'm so good.
Oh, welcome.
Yeah.
So you see?
That's nice.
Yeah. Please, there's a set of drinks out there which I just grabbed. We'll soon go out so that there's more air.
Wine is easy.
Red one or
Thank you.
dry? Not dry or sweet? I'm trying to find out if it's sweet or dry. Okay, so you can tell us to probably taste it. Is it sweet or dry?
I'm not going to eat. It's a surprise.
Oh, it's a surprise. I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Who takes on wine?
Yeah.
Hmm? You take wine. Take whiskey.
Black leather.
Who takes wine?
Who's this?
I will take wine as well. You take wine. So, I'll save just once, and if you want to save your thing, you can. I'll save just one. Then, if you want to save your
okay,
thing, you
for-
can. And save instead.
Should I start?
Yes, you can.
Really?
Okay?
Can you walk? Black label.
Please just be careful. It's called semi-walk. You can try to walk over the ocean after having a glass.
D'accord, je crois que c'était ouvert. Avec la robe, même. La glace.
Il faut.
Ah non, c'est pas arrivé avec la glace.
They were launching the book here. I was part of it. I was one of the guest speakers. So to say everything is too long. So I would suggest that it's fast forwarded to a place where I was talking, and then you can. I think it's about 7 minutes or so. But I will encourage you to get copies. It's nice. He wrote the, we don't say, yeah, say His Royal Highness wrote the book, but in support of the book. Yes. And if it is fast forwarded,
Thank you so much for that.
I don't know how you assembled it, but I thought that it was
Towards the end.
at this stretch.
That's 2 hours, 20 minutes. Wow. I saw you had 700 comments.
Exactly.
And the question, you were like, hey, there are questions here. And then he read another one, and like, I am not answering this one. I was with him.
So you see.
So, the thing is that one needs to sit down, take notes. 1
So
hour.
that is how those who publicly have cut it off. So they cut each person's remarks and then they put it on social media for the rest to listen and have their say and ask questions. Yes, that's what we do. Put some right there.
What kind of fish is that? Do you know? What kind of fish?
Tilapia.
Yes.
Yes.
Poisson brisé.
For 2 million. Are you okay? What do you want to say? But then they are really killing the market because.
So can we say that maybe in 20 years it will be all mini markets or
Maybe not all, but more and more for sure.
But we're now, will it look similar?
for you it's not interesting to work from the market, for example?
I don't know. But I like to have interaction with people.
Thank you. We would just like to, thank Professor Njobe and all the professors and doctors who came to the palace today to commune, to have supper with the palace, to see the palace, to learn the culture, to pay their respect to the palace. I think it's a thing that we encourage.
So much.
We encourage so much, and some of these things are things that should be taught worldwide. It's not just gonna be in Africa. When we talk about harmony reigns, we mean global harmony reigns. Palace is very, very happy to host you guys at any time. Once you are from the academic world, the Palace is so interested in knowledge. And we really appreciate people who spend good time to build knowledge and to share knowledge. But that's how the world works. And that's the only thing that moves the world forward. Yeah, Professor?
Yes.
So I must say that the palace is, in our culture, they say the gates of the palace are never locked. So the palace is a public institution, it's not a private residence. Even though there's a custodian, but it belongs to the people. So anytime, any day, come to the palace.
You guys will see something. I think there will be a time when we can find time and really look. When you see palace, we are talking about a huge, that is like more than 1 hectare of land in Cameroon and in the Pinyin community. So here is a residence. One thing is that the king was here before he was bestowed and enthroned as the king. And because of the crisis back in Cameroon, we say no, he cannot go. So it is back in Cameroon. That's one thing that I also wanted to say. The second thing that I also, maybe there are 3 things I may be saying that I'm going to say 2 things for clarity's sake. We are looking forward. When they say peace, let harmony, say harmony reigns in 12 days. But the whole thing is about being together. The last thing I just want to say is that truly, if we are to live together, there is that aspect of communication that plays a very big role. Communication is about listening, it's about talking. I think we've had a series of meetings together. I think that I listened to you and I gained a lot, and I could see from your faces, communication is not necessarily opening your mouth, or only your eyes you can communicate. And the way you react with your body. If you there are people who do not talk, but they can tell you that I don't like this man, right? But those are things that I just want to say, and I just want to, for the last time to speak, I want to say thank you. The Muwah Palace is not just about the king. The palace here is a secondary place here. The rare place when peace and harmony reigns, beginning in Cameroon. You come to Cameroon, it will be hot, because that is for sure. I'm not saying this because I come from Cameroon. In fact, I don't want to go into details about the politics, but the king actually mentioned that people don't listen to each other. People don't speak to each other. It's a two-way traffic. So I will leave it at that. But I just want to really say thank you all, and probably ask the king to share his own views. And in addition, if there could be any of you that may want to speak, to share something, that will be fine. But The book, regarding the book, if you go, I will share the link of the entire book, and also particularly what I actually said. I think that is about, when something good comes out of somewhere. Anyone that fully really see this book changing the world, if people really react positively to it. That's my contribution. And I just want to say, those of you that are, I know you people are not living in South Africa, Pierre, Emmanuel, and you are not living in South Africa entirely. You are going to the Kruger National Park. You will enjoy there. And when you are going back to, you will take good memories with you. You are living on Sunday, and Silke. I think just go and concentrate on completing your studies. I think June is June ending is your last day, right? Final day to finish your masters. I just wish you the best and travel safely back. But Sunday, when are you traveling?
Our flight is at 8 in the evening.
In the evening. So we might see you again. And then Professor Fru is going back to Mpangeni, that's University of Zululand that we are going.
Phone, not Fru.
Phone, sorry.
The
Phone
other
is the other phone, yeah. So the whole thing is that we are collaborating. We will be in Belgium in
June.
we don't know. We will be. But the whole thing is we also want to thank everyone, the palace, for hosting us, and they prepared a lot of things for us. And I just want to give also a special thanks to Victoria, to my wife Victoria too, for making sure, because she always supports the palace. And Veli will be presenting on the 22nd. Guest, he will be giving a guest lecture on the 22nd. So it's going to be hybrid. We are going to share the links just before. Please attend. Attend online. The king always support financially. That's what I wanted to say. And I want to also tell you, you need to be very careful when money rains. If you listen to my presentation there, it was about you cannot be a leader and you expect peace and harmony to reign when you are not bringing development into your community, right? Did you hear that? That development the king is bringing today to his people in the community is also bringing here in South Africa. That's something that is key. You get what I'm saying? That's all I want to say, and I want to thank.
When I say Danjong, all man say hey. Danjong, hey. Danjong, hey. His Royal Highness King, hey. King of Muwah village. You have King Takaya too. Fort. Hey, Danjong, hey. Hey, Danjong, hey. Aha, I've arrived now. I've arrived so.
Professor Fon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I've been sitting and listening to my older brother, the one that really assisted to put me on track here when I came lost all in KwaZulu-Natal. And I'm really impressed. He has been one of the people ever since. Even when he was very broke, without anything, he was always there. So I would be hanging behind his bed. If there's pap or spinach, we will eat together. So it is really amazing to find out that living that life, we were dreaming, but today is someone else. And not only from Belgium, but to be able to create a relationship where he can walk into this palace and show you things. Not everybody is privileged to come here. I'm surprised. You will be surprised how many people are willing to be able to get access to him or even to come here, even though the doors are open. But the channels, they don't have the channels to come. So it's really a privilege. We really we can say this is a privilege. You guys are really lucky to be able to experience this, and for that, I am very grateful. And when I look at this book, it's really something that touches my heart, my mind, right all the way from my soul. Because they say, you don't have to change the whole world. That's the little thing that you do. If you can change one, if you can change two, that's all it takes. You don't have, that's your contribution. You can't say the world is rotten, you can't do anything. No, you have to stand up and make a decision. I have to do something. If you change one, if you change two people, the two change two is that's how many? We are now sitting there, four change two, that's how many? 8. You've done a big difference. And if we go geometrically, that's a huge impact. And so this book, the price that is online, the number of people that will read this book would make a change. 100 people will read, and 90 will say we don't care. But 10 will make the difference. It's the same thing, we read newspaper. 20, 30 people will read it and they don't make sense. But some 2 will make sense out of it. And they will make decisions. And that is all it takes. And that, what he has done is a huge difference for me. And that is an extension of what he is doing. Back home, there's a whole lot that he's doing. Even before he became who he was, his integration with people and so on, that relationship has also caused people to continue to come. And for that, my Royal Highness, I say thank you very much. Yes, His Royal King away. Long live the King. Long live King Takai. Thank you very much. Well done.
Excuse me, I'm not used to this
Okay.
rule, and but I would like to say, really, first of all, in Johannesburg, that is our first arrival, first stay, but we really enjoy it. We enjoy it, and then finally we saw the results of your enthusiasm, full victorious participation. So both of you, we say thank you, and we are also happy. You see, at the beginning, I cannot really answer to say what is my name, because I say, oh, I'm somewhere really special. So I was really, so when you ask me my name, I say, where am I? So thank you for accepting our presence here, for sharing the time together with us. We are really happy to share this time, this evening with you, and I wish you all my best. So I wish you also long life, and really you will also stand like your grandfather or your father. So, and for you, I wish you a long trip back to Belgium, hoping that one of this coming day we'll meet together in Belgium also, like what we did. And for Fabian, we say also, thank you for let us know what we should start. I cannot repeat, but you can help me. Then how to say?
Yes. His Royal Highness, King Muwah, your village, King Takai. Yes.
Thank you for us.
Thank you.
And we are very happy. And on behalf of my colleagues, I say really thank you for accepting us in your palace. And it was really nice, I will tell you.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Even though you still did not introduce yourself well.
Yeah, of course. I was a little bit disturbed. Okay.
Before you just proceed, I just want to let you know that the king has 2 master's degrees.
Okay.
2 master's degrees. One is in MBA,
Oh.
and another one on something that has to do with
Innovations.
communication. Yeah.
Innovation.
Innovations.
Innovation.
Yeah, which has a lot to do with artificial intelligence and what and he is he has been a he's been a banker, and he is still a banker in one of the top banks in one of the Absa Bank is back now. It's one of the top. So don't mind him. He just keeps quiet like this. He doesn't talk. But the thing is that I wanted him to come and do his PhD in agricultural related matters, on where he will apply artificial intelligence, because he knows quite a lot. But the thing is that the university, I don't know. Well, anyway, but we will leave that. But the whole thing is that he is particularly interested in studying a lot.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yes, that's one thing you should know. We should all know. That's what I just wanted to share. So sometimes they always think the king has no, but that his book, please, I will really urge not only buying one copy, because it's not about the money. The money is, besides, is nothing. If you go to Amazon, on that link, I'll share you the link. You can get copies there. Give, especially those who have come to Africa, some of your colleagues, some of your family members, friends. Or you buy some and share. No, you've not finished, you mean. Are you getting tired? But the whole thing is, the whole thing is about when they say, we mean it here in the.
Some doctors are buying 120 copies. I don't know whether they want to share it. Directors, senators, parliamentarians, people buy in a lot of dozens because they want to share around.
Mm-hmm. So, because the cost of producing that book, the publishers, in fact, is almost more than that. But they are giving a discount in terms of publishing, because of the fact that it's not a profit making. The purpose is about bringing peace and harmony. People are tired of fighting,
hatred, discord.
Yeah.
For what?
And not people are suffering, even when they are not fighting. You see, so, but he is bringing development. Remember that I said, the development, when we say development in the palace, the community, it's not here, it's back in Cameroon. So there's nothing here to develop. So it's about that side. Okay, thank you.
The second book, is it your goal to write more books, or do you think that everything was done in this book? Or
If you ask me, I would say, given trends, at no time can we know everything. So whenever you do something, there must be room for improvement. So certainly the same book will have another version. But again, currently I'm writing 3 books. One on the banking architecture, because I have vast experience in that field for more than 20 years. Another one on agriculture. Another one that actually involves the field that you deal in, even though I have no role to play in that field. But I've been reading almost 50 of his papers, and I feel that I can write something about that. And I said he and his team will have to review that. Another one on emotional intelligence and how people, that's why he spoke about, how people can speak just by looking or by body language or the rest of the things. So I feel that I can contribute through writing books that could change 1 or 2 things. But most importantly for now is this book, because it's a book that I lived it. It's a book for me in my personal view of empirical knowledge. It's not about things that you read in books and things like that. So hence, this particular book, I invented my own language. Mm-hmm. So it has a completely different language. A language that has a specific location and environment, the things that happen there, and all of those things that I was talking about. So those 12 days is exactly what it's talking about. You wouldn't see that book anywhere else, except I don't know how somebody could duplicate that, because it has a separate language. English, not any other language, but that's what it is. Yes. Just go on the street and shoot people.
Yeah.
I'm just angry. something is wrong with me. I just go and shoot people. I just feel frustrated. I go and shoot people. Those things started happening in South Africa. Before, you wouldn't find that. Perhaps, well, I'm just saying my own point of views. So, in my view, Africa should promote investments in Africa because, first of all, without those opportunities. In fact, you should leave Belgium, come and invest and stay in Africa peacefully and enjoy your life. You can go to Belgium whenever you want, but where you could get a lot of resources to develop what you are studying is actually in Africa because the West has been doing that for a long, and in my view, I may be wrong.
They are exhausted.
Seems like they just adding some, incremental innovation to what has been happening. So all that knowledge, needs to be brought here, and etc.
Masters, I switched my discipline from biotechnology to nanosciences. I even told a few of his students that I got a scholarship where I had the resources and then they allocated an advisor for me. But at the time I saw that there was difficulty with the advisor. I would send them my emails and then he wouldn't respond. I actually fired him.
During your masters,
During my masters, I fired my own advisor because I had funding for myself and not from the advisor, so I had to fire, which is a big deal. Most students feel feel threatened actually, especially here in South Africa, even in like the whole
Africa.
Region, there's that hierarchy that. Even with them, I had a chat with them. They said they even scared of knocking. Like, no, don't do that. I fired my advisor, and then I chose.
You picked me.
I chose him mainly because I had worked with him, so I knew his work ethic. I'm a person that's like straightforward. Even when he visited me in the U.S., we shared some good times and bad times, and we also shared times where we would both sit down and reflect. I appreciate having advisors where they view students as equals, because ultimately with humans, I don't care, you can have a PhD, you can be a professor, but ultimately when we die, we all skeletons. I even told the students that I'm very philosophical. So I told the students that they call me prof. I'm like, no, don't do that. And then they call me doctor. And even the way they called me doctor, I knew it's a sense of respect, but I didn't want them to fear me. I want them to be as free as possible so they can call me by my name. So I got an opportunity to go to Singapore and do my PhD. He said no. Malaysia, yeah. Malaysia.
I know stories.
He said no, and then I got the opportunity to.
Why did I say no?
Masters is switched from nanotechnology to nanoscience, and he got. I think that's when nanoscience came into South Africa in 2013, if I'm not mistaken. So he fired his boss, and then I said, "Come back, we'll work together." So, but I happened to work with me. I was not in nanoscience, but he focused on the nanotechnology aspect of it, but in connection with. Mycotoxicology aspect of it, but with particular emphasis on nanoscience. But what happened now was the fact that he actually went to US after I told him not to go to Malaysia with regards to who is going to respond. Second aspect is that Malaysia I doubt whether they will. That time, South Africa was a lovely place to be. Everyone else was coming to South Africa, especially from the African aspect, even India and other Asian, to study here. But the aspect is that he is going to Malaysia so young. I doubt whether he will find, so he will be homesick and he will not perform in his studies. But I identified him since he was one of my first students under my supervision. I say I identified him as a potential person. So I said, no, please leave it. Don't take that scholarship. He accepted. And we were struggling. Then he went to the South African breweries where you are drinking their beers.
Oh, another thing I forgot to mention.
I know his career path more than he
So
does.
yeah, I omitted a lot of things.
So anyway,
I actually
it's man of few words.
I made beer for a living, so I was making
What
good
if-
money.
He was making good money, but I was looking at his academic career path. So I said, if this man does not, this my son doesn't get hold of, he has a bright future. But now that I've spoiled his career to go to Malaysia, something can happen. I started praying hard. Anytime that I see him visits me, he was working at South African brewery. But the whole thing is that then the Fulbright scholarship call came, and he told me, I said, let's apply. We applied jointly, as if he will spend half of it, and I said, yeah. So then he passed, and then they were doing a series of medical tests. I kept saying to myself, what if this man fails one of them? And you know the US people. But fortunately, he has also missed out the point. There is the aspect, the host, the PhD supervisor, and who came, father of green nanotechnology. That's where he...
Well, welcome during this stay, and you, of course, for tonight. So it's not a lot of words, but just to say thank you to everybody, because we really enjoy our stay in South Africa, and this is also because of you and because of your work. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
I think we will have to leave. I'm really sorry, but Morgan is waiting, so we will go.
Oh.
It's a good social evening.
In Africa, when men speak, women speak because we now in gender sensitivity.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so Prof, for the warm welcome here. It was a very nice stay. Thank you to Veli for a nice neighbor. Thank you for this night. And thank you to the 3 profs for also being here. So thank you to everyone.
No, you didn't thank me.
Can
you thank you and skip me?
Okay,
Last
so
but
thank
not
you for the
least.
chicken.
Well, we have many more opportunities.
And also would like to say a few words because I don't know what to expect because
Hey, King Tankai! Hey, King Tankai! Hey, King Muwah! Hey, King! Hey!
so when I came here I didn't know any of you and so it was really so I don't know what to expect, and what I lived here is beyond all the expectation because I have met a lot of very nice people. It was a really great stay, and as Julian said, I would like to really thank everyone. It was a really warm welcome here, and so we will be happy to welcome you back in Belgium. So you are very welcome here in our country, and to visit us, to visit our lab, but also to visit the country. Should you? So thank you again, and thank you, Your Royal Highness, to welcome us tonight and to share this meal together tonight. Thank you very much.
The palace is open all times.
Thank you.
To UIT.
Thank you.
Can take a pictures
Together?
Yes.
Okay.
with us. Where is the palace wanting us to take it to see?
Maybe we just turn around.
Come around.
Turn around.
Parents.
Yes.
And promote that wherever we are.
Ambassadors of peace.
That is the only desire of the palace.
Amen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
We should go better.
Long life,
Thank you.
and then we will be very.
Any wish that you wish the palace, that wish goes to you double.
Okay. Thanks.
Yes.
Okay.
With the king.
Sure, okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
They are the ones
Thank you again.
making me
Goodbye.
move forward to
Thank you. Do you want a picture? Thank you so much.
Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Parents.
Yes.
And promote that wherever we are.
Ambassadors of peace.
That is the only desire of the palace.
Amen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
we should go better.
Well, welcome during this stay, and you, of course, for tonight. So it's not a lot of words, but just to say thank you to everybody because we really enjoy our stay in South Africa, and this is also because of you and because of your work. So thank you very much. And
Thank
now
you.
I think we will have to leave. I'm really sorry, but Morgan is waiting, so
That's right.
we will go.
Oh,
It's a good social evening.
In Africa, when men speak, women speak because we now in gender sensitivity.
Equality.
Mhm.
uh,
Okay, so